Hello, everyone. Welcome to this wonderful Wednesday night. Welcome to Arcades Anonymous. I am your host, Nerd Lounge Master 84. Hope everybody is having a fantastic week. Thank you for taking time out of your busy week to come and hang out with a bunch of nerds, including myself. And man, the camera is just vibrating today. Jeez. Before we get started, make sure you're using Valvoline and Pepsi. Promote both of those before we get really started in here, just to make sure that we get our sponsorships out of the way. But yeah, glad that you're joining us tonight. Thank you, as always, for taking time out of your busy schedule just to hang out with us. And if you're watching replay, thank you. We always love when you guys watch us on replay after your busy schedules, I'm sure. Got a great show planned for y'all tonight and got a full house. Let me bring in all of my wonderful co-host here. Guys, what's going on? What's good? Look, I got a full house tonight. Look at this.
We're all here.
Back. Joel.
Okay,
What's going on, Joel?
Joel's back.
Yeah.
The
We're
myth and
back.
the legend.
The crew is back. The back. Chaotic, what's up, brother?
Good, man. How are you, man?
I am doing fantastic, man. You got a busy week coming ahead, right? You know that Attack from Mars dropped, and it's like caught your eye, and you're like,
yeah, I got some careful planning to do, man. Got to drop some cabs in order to add a cab.
Drop the cat. Yeah, well, got to do what we got to do to make it right, huh? Matt, brother, what's going on?
I'm golden. I'm glad to be here. I'm ready to unplug and talk about something that's not work related. So, yeah, I'm stoked.
Everybody was asking about the helmet I posted on Instagram.
Yeah, the Magneto helmet.
Magneto helmet. So
that's fire.
Yeah, it has been fun. My wife thinks it's pretty cool as I walk around the house wearing it, trying to make things lift in metal. Yeah. Joel, my brother, long time no see, man. You've been in the workshop. I think you've been busier than Santa this year, honestly.
I don't know. I doubt that. I don't. No, glad to be here. Missed you guys. It's been a while.
We've been missing you, brother. You know, the guy next to you's been trying to fill in for you, but man, I don't know. Man.
I heard.
So
you
need to be putting him to work. He's the closest to you. You need to be like,
he's offering something. I'm gonna get him up here probably pretty soon. I was tripping over. I've been tripping over myself the last few days, so gotta do some organizing and get still in the figuring things out phase. So I think once I get a routine and get everything figured out, and started doing a little cleanup today after I got home from work of the workshop because it was just getting a mess. I was tripping over things and doing the sideways shuffle, and so I mean it's only a 12x12 workshop to begin with, so.
For now.
The
G.I. Joe Industries is coming your way eventually. Metal building shops.
Yeah. Do you want to give an update? Do you have any update to give the people, or?
Oh, everything's coming together good.
Have you shipped out any orders yet?
I'm hoping to start shipping out the next couple days. Awesome. So I've been starting to pack. I got a bunch finished. I'm starting to figure out how to pack them so that they arrive safely to their final homes. The boxes that I ordered ended up being like an inch too small or something. So waiting on a few more boxes to come, a packet of boxes. But got a lot of, let me turn on some house lights here. Here's the final version, final rendition.
There it is.
So that is dope.
It is dope. And we can see you got a few to your necks there.
Look at that, dude. That was so freaking official.
So awesome. It comes with splitter wire. I'm not techie enough to figure out how to connect and split it in. The other thing, one of the big changes I made was I finished the top off because a lot of people were talking about wanting to still be able to take it off and play it and stuff like that. So I thought, let's make it look nice even when the countercade's not sitting on it. So did that. I had some light bleed going around how I mounted it, the standoff pins and stuff that I ended up using.
Yeah.
Kind of spaced it out a little bit. So I had some light coming out the side. So I ended up redesigning and making this back plate. So it goes down first, and then all this kind of snaps inside of just this outer back plate. So it kind of seals it all off and finishes it off nice. So
awesome.
we got the GI, the gaming issue approved, quality seal stamp on the back.
Awesome.
And we same feet as your regular feet that come on the countercades, and
awesome, man.
So that's that. And here they are.
Yeah,
so
looking
the basic
good, man.
Basic model comes as shown with a splitter cable. The Pro model comes with rescaled artwork for the sides, and it's coming with a little kit for applying the new graphics. So
it's awesome.
Felt covered squeegee, hobby knife for trimming it out once you get it on there, and some instructions. So
pretty cool.
All in a nice little box.
Cool. Well, those should be going out soon. Hopefully, depending on where you are, hopefully you'll see those real soon, right?
Yeah, they're going to start rolling out here soon, and get them shipping to all the people that placed orders. I don't know if I'll ever be back on Etsy. I still haven't heard back from them of why I even was suspended and banned. But
that's
at this point, I'm not sure if I really want to go back there anyways. I'm just
keep it in house, man. Just do your own website. We'll send them there as long as we can.
Yep. Get this batch done and pushed out so that they're in people's hands, and then start making up my own ads and stuff like that to run on Facebook, and don't need Etsy. So we'll get it figured out. But, and then start rolling out the single player ones and different things.
What a wonderful time. What an absolute wonderful time. Awesome, dude. Last but surely not least, Jay, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
You had to put a Santa hat on my joystick, right? You had to do it.
Yeah, it's in the Christmas spirit, right?
It's in the Christmas spirit.
I like the Alf below it.
Yeah, it does. Is it Pac-Man Day? Did I miss the memo?
Just for me.
Yeah.
And I pulled them out, and Alf's got the Pac-Man. You can't see it.
Yeah, I see that.
Cup. Yeah. He's got a coffee cup. Alf wanted to join the show. This is actually really hard to find. My son bought it. He went on an Elf trip. Like he found the show like about a year or two ago, and we just ended up watching it for a good 3 or 4 months. And then my other son, he found this little guy, and I seen one in a Walmart today. It didn't look good.
Wow, man,
it looks like a generic version, but this is actually a pretty cool replication of what Elf looked like. So
yes, sir.
Pretty cool.
So he's chilling with us, and I got holiday spirit with the Pac-Man joystick, and I played it for a little bit. It is kind of cool. But,
oh man, let's see who's in the chat. We got Stock Jock, Brooklyn Menace is joining us. Carl O is here. Andy's Game Room is here. I saw saying Spirits was here. Jason is here, and Andy's Game Room. Don't know if you're still in the chat, but Cornercade was here earlier. Don't know if you're still here. If you're here, let us know.
He's live right now.
He's live right now. Holy heck.
Yep.
Hey, welcome, man. What's up?
It's good.
Bronx boys. Hello. How are
What's
you?
up?
Don't remember those two, but glad y'all are here.
Welcome to back, man.
Yeah.
Oh, real fast. We gotta keep Andy and his family in your prayers. One of his little ones was in the hospital last week, or actually, I think a couple days ago. So we're thinking about you, Andy.
Yeah. We'll definitely lift you up in for sure. Hate to hear that little one going, especially at this time of year as well. Yeah, all right, so everybody's talking about you doing sit down racing calves. So, Joel, I know you've been here for a little bit, but don't get too excited about doing sit down models yet. Okay, just go with what you're going with right now. All right.
Yeah, we gotta make sure he gets these out first, and then we'll work on that.
Good. You came home Monday and doing great. So that's awesome to hear.
Good news.
Good report.
Fantastic. Yeah. Did any of you guys watch P-Dub's giveaway? What was it, Friday?
I watched half of it and I figured out you won.
No, it's Monday, right?
I was late.
Apparently, you don't have to be there to win. Or was that a different stream? Like you just win on everything. People enter your name on your behalf.
Well, I was on. I had entered She Lion's drawing, and
you didn't get that one.
I wasn't in the chat. I was snoozing that night and totally missed it. So thank you to people like Chaotic and Retro Lizard. They messaged me and tried to wake me up, but it didn't happen. So missed out on a chance on winning that sweet handheld. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's the riser front from Tulsa. I can't even talk today. Tulsa Arcade for my NBA Jam. I'm pretty stoked about that. And when I told my wife I won it, she's like, "Well, good. Now it's going to bring some life to that NBA Jam." It's just been sitting there.
Wow.
It's like, well, wow, honey. Love you too. I'm going to go ahead and get that thing lit up and get that thing modded out. So
that looks looking pretty stale there.
Yeah. Oh, Headshake's joining us as well. Appreciate you being there. Real quick, before we get into the main topic of the night, we do have a poll in the chat asking if you are going to pre-order the Attack from Mars 4K from @Games Legends. Simple yes or no. We'll cover that towards the end of the show, of course. Give you the results if you get a chance to vote on that as well. I know we got one at least in the panel here that's getting one for sure. I don't know about the other three guys, but kind of predetermined. Yeah.
It's time I joined the dark side.
Yeah. Hi, Ralphie.
Yeah, Ralphie. What's up, buddy? So, guys, tonight's topic comes from our good friend G.I. Joel. As he was sitting in his shop thinking about all the things that go on in the home arcade community, he came up with this cool list of kind of the misconceptions, and he put it in our chat that because us nerds love to talk amongst ourselves during the week, and we thought it was a really good list, so we decided that we would cover it. And I have got, believe it or not, I've actually got screenshots or nice little slides here. So
PowerPoint.
Yeah, look at that. So the first misconception that I want to talk about, the top misconceptions of that we are the majority. Arcade 1-Up's target consumer. That's who they're trying to get. We are the 1% of the 1%, the ones that buy 10 to 15 of these things. We're the majority, and we're the ones that they're trying to target. And I have to agree with Joel. That's a big misconception. Anybody want to chime in what they think about this statement?
I mean, look at this year alone, all the rehashes. That's not for us. We all, every time they announce a new rehash, we all groan and moaned about it. This is not what we want. We don't want another Pac-Man because it's not for us.
Yeah.
This is for the
people clearly Jay wants another, but
yeah. But this is for the people who are new to the hobby, people that want to get interested into the hobby, become one of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, no, yeah, we're not their target audience. Now, will they throw us a cookie and a bone every now and then and give us something that everybody's been begging for, like a Time Crisis or, Dragon's Lair or something like that? Absolutely. They'll throw us a bone.
Yeah.
But they ain't going to throw us the entire full course meal, right? So, I mean, that's for everybody else to bring into it.
Yeah, I think this community tends to think that that they're catering to us, and unfortunately they're just not. They don't think that there's people that have 20 or 30 of these things, and are going to keep buying them until they can't buy them no more. I mean, there's got to be somebody has got to say, that ain't adding up. Somebody's going to buy. We need to reach the masses. We need to reach everybody that's out there. So I think this was a great point. One of the first things that you put in your comment, Joel, is we definitely aren't, unfortunately. But a lot of this community thinks that we are.
We have a lot of crossover and there's probably shared, interests of different games and stuff like that. There's probably lots of people who are not home arcade enthusiasts, but they'll, maybe the Time Crisis has some sort of, nostalgic, sentimental value to them, and they buy it and put it in their basement along with, the rest of their bar or, man cave or whatever, but they're probably not full blown, gameaholics and arcade, enthusiasts that want to build a home arcade. So I think we're a very small niche portion of the market.
The 1% of the 1%.
One of the reasons why we don't see the upgraded buttons and stuff like that, and some of the upgrades that we've been demanding kind of over the years slowly kind of raise the price and cost.
Yep.
And I think we're seeing a little bit of that too, with just some of the increase in quality and things. Those coin doors add money, and lighted marquees and shaped cabs.
Yeah.
So
there's one more point I want to bring up. When you go to sell a cab, like you're having trouble selling your Killer Instinct, right?
Yep.
But if you had a Pac-Man, and you offered it top dollar, somebody's buying that. You're gonna get a heck of a lot more people want that Pac-Man than a Killer Instinct.
Yeah, I've had it on the marketplace for a couple months now.
And it's a sweet looking pack.
I haven't had very many hits or interests. But
and you won't ship it, so
gotta be a mission.
I said I'd entertain and I'd try to figure it out if willing to pay, but it's that's a pretty pricey thing to ship, is what we're finding out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're literally going to have to buy like a 60-inch TV, take the TV out, and then put all the pieces in the box and ship it that way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to take it all apart just to pack it up and try to ship it.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's where I kind of started finding out about shipping costs, because I reached out to Bobby. I was like, hey, Bobby, you got any in the box ready to go ship, KIs? He's like, yeah. I was like, but shipping's crazy right now because of the holidays. He was saying like ship a cab right now is like $300 just shipping.
Insane.
Yeah. It makes you wonder how these companies can ship these all around, for like the KI cabs when they had that 150. Well, we heard that 150 was a mistake anyways, but I mean, somebody was eating a lot of money there, or they get huge discounts, for commercial shipping rates and stuff like that.
What happened to Jay?
I don't know.
Who kicked him out?
Maybe he dropped out. He was having some issues with his mic.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, if you're in the chat, please come back to us. We'll let you back in. I won't kick you out permanently, I promise.
Yeah. Oh, based on this given topic, the whole majority, just to prove a point, the Pac-Man XL cab is in Costco right now. And so you're talking $1 billion corporation for people to go and get large rolls of toilet paper and paper towels and food. So if it was specifically for us, that cab would not be at Costco. And so it's a mass market kind of thing.
I think this one too is kind of an umbrella misconception that feeds into most of the other misconceptions as well, as you kind of the other ones are a little bit more detailed, of different things.
I agree. Any final thoughts on this before I move to the next one? Nope. No. So the second one is everybody wants an arcade to the spec to be authentic. So, we complain when the wings aren't right, or we complain when the deck isn't the right angle or right percentage.
Some of us. You know,
Some
and I think this is even a smaller niche of the arcade community.
Yeah, it's a niche.
I don't even think the entire arcade community as a whole would agree.
But there is people out there that tend to think that these need to be. They want it to be like the numbskulls or the
New Wave Toys
or whatnot. They want it to be exactly like that. But they also still want it to be the same price of $4.99, and it's something that's just not reasonable.
Right.
My thought here is like this is the very small minority of our home arcade community.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not even the majority that want everything to be arcade authentic.
Yeah.
I think it's just a very small portion of the home arcade community that
really they get
cares
upset
about that look and nostalgia. I think that the majority are happy with something that is fun to play and looks cool. Yeah. Not necessarily looks exactly authentic, but I mean, look at how many shark fin cabs, they sold up front originally and stuff.
I mean, I love.
There's no arcade out there, that was in the arcades, production arcade that
1% of 1% is 0.001%. I think it's so ridiculous, Todd. I agree. I'm sorry, Joel. Didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy. Negative MG.
I think people like multicades, and different things. If it looks cool, even the artwork on the side, like the Shinko Hadouken and the Yoga Flame and stuff. People love it. It looks great, and it's kind of like, I mean, even when you were in the arcades, how many of those arcades do you remember actually seeing the side art of? Usually they're
very
like
little.
Shoulder to shoulder, it's
very
dark,
little.
Black lights. You didn't see much of the artwork. So, and a lot of them didn't have very good artwork. They were just a black panel with a sticker on it. So for people that aren't going to fill an entire room shoulder to shoulder with a home arcade, they might want something that has, just a really cool aesthetic looking, side panel art that looks kind of cool and fits in with their decor or looks nice. So,
but you got to admit, there's people in the community that do complain when it's off just a little bit or it's not just perfect. Yeah. And you love them and you say, man, you get what you pay for. If you wanted arcade accurate, then go buy the arcade machine itself and restore it. But you're getting what you get when you get these, unfortunately. So I think when you brought this point up in the chat, I thought it was very, it kind of resonated with me because I'm a big fan of the countercades and the partycades and all that. And even though that they're not exactly built like the original arcades, I like their styling in the way that they're built, and they're not to arcade specs at all. So
I think there's like a small, group that it kind of falls into like, I think they really like, for some reason, people are drawn to that. There's a small group that's drawn to that, licensed, type stuff and everything. I don't think I'm trying to build these stands here. I don't think even if I built something to the exact same quality as the quartercades and the numbskull, and I, tried to sell it for $200 rather than $300, I wouldn't even make half the sales that they're making.
Right.
There's something about people like that. The fact that, this is officially done, it's licensed, it's been given that approval and stuff like that. So same thing with I was having that thought when I was driving into work this morning, and we were kind of having that conversation about the at games and Attack from Mars. Just the fact that I find it interesting. It's cool that, we have something to be excited about and everything, but I find it really interesting and fascinating that the whole community is so excited about basically a graphic skin. The machine at its core is they're just these identical machines. You can add all the same games to them at any point in time. When they roll these packs out and stuff, you can buy them and purchase them. It's basically just a graphic skin, and maybe some grill covers and stuff like that. But people are really excited about this because it's like an officially branded, officially licensed thing, and it's not even like skins are hard to come by. There's hundreds of companies out there that offer them. You could get an Arcade or Attack from Mars skin for your pinball, your At Games pinball right now and reskin it,
But
for some reason that doesn't have the same allure or value to it as this idea that it's At Games, one, it's kind of a brand, known brand, and then it's like this officially licensed, coming from Williams and Zen and stuff like that, have given their blessing and approval on it, so it makes it even that much more exciting and sought after, I guess. But
any final thoughts on this?
Well, I completely agree.
I'm torn, because then I have multi-cades and none of them are shaped anything like anything else on the planet. Like they're generic, right? But then, thanks to Joel's research, I created a 3/4, roughly 2 scale, Guitar Hero cab. So I would say I would be hypocritical if I said I don't care either way, because we, months and months of just tinkering with that given cabinet. I'm proud of that. But then these are cool too. So I'm in the middle. So
I think you just fall into the camp of you like it if it's cool.
Yeah.
It can be arcade authentic, and that does look cool, but that's not a driving factor. It's kind of what it comes down to.
Welcome back, Jay.
Thanks. I had to run some wires. Somebody tripped over a wire on me.
You sound better too.
Yeah, much better.
Awesome.
So, arcade authentic is what I'm looking for. I'd like to have that, but also, I got the Shinku Hadouken. It's in a mid-weight form factor. It's wrong, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the artwork on it. It's not arcade accurate, but it looks good.
Well said, Sand Spirits.
Yeah.
Sand Spirits is right. Yeah,
exactly.
In all shades and shapes and sizes and
Yeah, good job. Yeah, agreed.
So like Matt, I'm right there. I'm right there in the middle. I would prefer to have arcade authentic, but if I can't, or if it's not available, I'll take what I can get and enjoy it for what it is. That's one reason why I bought the Shinku Hadouken, because it was blue and it had all the characters on the side, like that comic book art, like graffiti style or whatever. Yeah. It looked cool. And that's one reason why I got it. It has nothing to do with nostalgia or whatsoever at all, because that's not. But something drew me to that cabinet because of the way the control panel was slanted, the way it was shaped, and that side art was just pretty. So I had to have it. Now, eventually, that HS Dynamo looks great. Dynamo looks great. I would like to have it. But it has the exact same games list, so there's really no reason to upgrade to it unless, eventually when I'm done with my game room and my arcade room and I feel like I got the nostalgia feeling and I got the look that I want, I might upgrade to that to finish that off, but until then, I'm happy with what I got.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to, kind of the riser discussion too, that people have been having lately, whether they want risers or don't. But the cab looks awesome, and with no riser, the deluxe cabs and stuff like that, if they don't have them, but it's not a make or break thing. I don't mind the risers, they look cool with them. I mean, it doesn't bother me too much.
It's an extra art piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
Riser forever. By the way, risers forever. Anyway, Jay, you left the conversation. So anything you want to add to this about the, this misconception about arcades being to the
authenticity?
Oh, that we're the core audience and stuff like that, and Or
yeah, well,
everybody wants it to be authentic.
Authentic.
Right? Yeah, that's the misconception.
Yeah, that's
especially like everybody in our home arcade community. Like that.
I think people forget that an arcade is full of all different kinds of cabs, and so I think new thing. I always went to an arcade to find something new and something like that was different. So if somebody's doing something different with an IP I like, I will. Sometimes I like it, sometimes you don't. I got that Pac-Mania cab. As far as hardware goes, I don't like the monitor, but man, the artwork looks sharp, and that's not. I don't believe that was I don't remember Pac-Mania even being in the arcade. Do you guys? I thought that was just like a console thing. I could be wrong.
I've seen one before, but it's been
they're just not
I don't
popular
exactly
as some
remember
of the other
what
ones.
it was.
Sir, I don't.
Yeah, so I mean, just seeing it, I'm like, to me, I've never seen it before, but I thought it looked sharp. So, in having the little, extra accents and stuff like that, having light up marquees and stuff like that. Do you guys remember light up marquees being predominant in arcades? I mean,
no.
Like the 80s and stuff. I don't remember them being there until like maybe the 90s, but I could be wrong too. But I mean, we start out with what, like Space Invaders and stuff like that, and then it just grew from there. And people are always trying different artwork and different styles. And most of the time, an authentic cab would be Miss Pac-Man is a modded Pac-Man. So is that authentic Miss Pac-Man or is that authentic Pac-Man? You know what I mean? I mean, you could go down that route because most.
I guess it kind of comes down to what do we mean? I guess we kind of mean that it's coming off the production line authentic, because what we found out, from the conversation that they had that interview with the guy from Numbskull. They were working on that TMNT. They had a cab from an arcade that they were taking all the specs off of and everything, and come to find out, somebody had put different color buttons in there for Michelangelo. They were yellow or whatever, and they were supposed to be orange, and they just thought that was the way it was supposed to be, because that was how the cab was, and
that became the authentic.
Yeah, these arcade, the people that are fixing them up, changing them, even like, they were throwing guts from one into another and making things work just to keep the quarters rolling in.
There you go. Let's move on to the third topic here.
To make money.
Same, buying a car with a different colors on it and stuff like that. I mean, it's the same cab, but people are like different things. So they made 3 different Street Fighters, and I guarantee one of them, Kadak like the Hadouken one, and I like the one that that guy bought. So I mean, but it's the same game, probably the same ROMs.
Yeah,
exact same chipset.
Yep.
All right, so the third one is Arcade 1-Up has hundreds of dollars markup on all their cabs and are making bank, even when on sale, or definitely not losing money when discounted or on sale. So I think this will hit some nerves with some people, because I think, they think that they have hundreds of marked that, they're a company, they're trying to make money. They're going to put the highest mark up on anything that they sell. They have a manufacturing, quota that they have to hit. So obviously they have a number. There's got to be a number that's out there that they have that's their cost for making these things. And we'll never really know unless we're retailers and they happen to let us know. But the likelihood of that happening is slim to none. But, obviously there's some margin there. They have to make money to keep making more cabs. So my point is, a lot of people think that they are just jacked up. They're making tons of money, and they may not be on each cab. They only may be making $50 on each cab if it goes for $200 off from a retailer. So thoughts and feelings on this? Anybody want to take it?
And you got to think about how much, Walmart wants to make quite a bit off of, Walmart's already making quite a bit so that they can run sales and even make money, and not lose money. So this kind of came from the thought, we're always talking about, prices and the MSRP price, the launch price, and we're talking about sale prices, and a lot of the time we're especially lately we're talking about like, man, how come they don't tell us when these things are going to go on sale and stuff. And my thought kind of is like, I don't think they really want us to mass buy them only when they're on sale. So like, if they gave us a schedule of when they're going to be on sale, like basically they were like, it's like, we don't want to sell any cabs for the next couple months, so we're going to mark them back up to the regular price, so we don't have to do any work. But maybe in a month or two, when we're hurting for a little bit of money, we'll drop them down and sell them and do a little bit of work, But like, I don't think that's the case. If they came out with this calendar launch window, this is when our sales are, everybody be holding out for those sales and just buying them at that price. There's a reason they put them on sale, is because they're not selling well, or they need to recoup some money to, put into. I mean, if I have, $50 into this thing and I'm trying to sell it for $100 or whatever, at some point in time, if I just sold it for $50, at least I'm getting my $50 that I had invested into it back from the materials and stuff like that. $50 sometimes is better in the hand than sitting on the shelf or taking a loss, $25. But at some point, if I have to ship it out for like $25 and then I'm losing, I'm starting to lose money, I'd be better off, it's firewood or something, So there's kind of this breaking point where it's like, we got to get rid of it, but we got to make money to pay the bills and stuff, or we got to start moving stuff and recoup our losses and, lick our wounds and so we can make more production or something. But it's not, there's a reason for a sale and there's a reason for the launch price too. So it's not like they're just like, we're going to milk them for everything they're worth, and we don't want some of those low life peasants, having some of these cabs. So we're going to make it a $700 cab. So some people can't afford it.
Do y'all remember when PS4 and Xbox One first came out? There was news articles saying that Microsoft and Sony, that every time they sold a console, they were losing money.
Yeah, they've been losing money since day one. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of true with
losing money. Yep, that's correct.
It's true. It's true with this too. Like Matt, Joel, y'all know, building a cabinet, it's not cheap. The cost of wood, the monitor, wiring is not that bad or anything like that, but the high cost parts of it really start to add up.
The graphics.
And graphics. I remember when I built a cab for a guy here locally, I tried to go as cheap as possible with like it was during Black Friday. I bought his 32-inch monitor or 32-inch TV on sale for like $120.
Yeah.
I bought a refurbished PC for like $100, and then I also put him a decent graphics card in there for like $120. I ended up selling him this arcade machine for $1,500. I only made $300 profit. So like companies like
all the hours of time that you had into that thing and labor.
And it took me like eight weeks to make it, like build it and everything, and it's frustrating and everything like that. Now, yes, Arcade 1-Up's got they just roll these things out, and they got a huge production line in China, and they just ship them off and in shipping compartments and everything. But the thing is, they are not making 50% profit.
Yeah,
they're probably not even making 75. They're probably not even making 40% or 30% profit.
I would say $50-$60 per machine, to be honest. Profit.
I mean, margin wise, they're probably you're figuring probably 20 to 40% margin.
Honestly, your retailers are making the most.
Yes.
Right, because they're the ones that take it, and then they either inflate the price a little bit, and then they have that room to where if they take off 150, you feel like you're getting a good deal, but they're still way above their cost on it, and they're still making some margin.
Michael B had a good thing the other day on his stream during his CES prediction stream. If they would come up with a direct-to-consumer model that actually worked, they would cut some of that overhead from, retail stores, their cut, and have them make more profit and make the cabinets just enough that they need to. Hell, take pre-orders and then ship them directly to us. Some kind of way, like find some kind of model that works where the direct-to-consumer would work.
There's a lot of that falls into, that we don't even think and consider, though, and it kind of goes back to where we started off the show, talking about shipping costs. Arcade 1-Up doesn't have warehouses all over the country. And like, it's $300 for, Bobby Vu to ship out a cab, but he's in California. So wherever he's going to ship a cab is probably going to be quite a distance, Whereas, Matt sitting where he's at to ship a cab is probably going to be cheaper, on average for him to ship out these cabs, because it's going to essentially, in theory, be going a shorter distance most of the time. So, like, Arcade 1-Up, if they're going to do this direct to consumer model, they're going to have to figure out that if they're going to bring all these into one warehouse in one location, consumers are going to be having to pay that $300 shipping cost or something, if they don't have warehouses all over the country as hubs to start shipping these things out at discounted rates and stuff like that. So
that's probably how Amazon's able to do free shipping on the Arcade 1-Ups.
Yeah, because they got them all over the place in every state. Many
hubs everywhere.
Yeah, because you notice you try to buy from
both locations, store it, and then when it gets shipped out to the individual location, it's not coming from across the country, UPS or FedEx. It's coming from right down the road.
And they have their own trucks that deliver it to your local postal service, and then postal service finishes the delivery.
Yeah,
I think that's a whole nother. That didn't make the list, but that was something we were talking about this morning too. Is that's a big kind of misconception in the gaming industry too. I think Xbox and PlayStation kind of are the bar that everything is kind of graded and valued at, and so that's the when you start getting above the price of an Xbox or a PlayStation for an arcade cabinet that only plays one or two games, you're like thinking, well, why would I spend that much money on that when I could go buy a PlayStation or an Xbox that can play a ton of games from all different kinds of categories and genres and stuff. But the problem is back to Brian's point, is Xbox and PlayStations, they have been selling and are always selling their machines at a loss, and they can get away with that because they're making up for it with the different licenses and the titles that are being released. Whereas, Arcade 1-Up can't do that. They're making money on selling that machine. Once it's in your house, they're not making any more money. That was where, kind of the Gillette razor, we'll give them away this really expensive handle, but we're going to make up for it by selling these really expensive blades that cost us pennies to make.
Yeah,
and same thing with kind of the IR arcade, model probably was, we can sell these premium cabs at a loss, but as soon as we get them in their homes, hopefully they're going to be buying, games and stuff like that, and we can make up for it and slowly start making a profit. But fortunately, they didn't realize that if you didn't have a really nice UI and good games to go along with it, that people weren't going to be that interested. So I think that's the problem is people, we gauge and grade everything on this PlayStation and Xbox level of quality and value, but
value
really
yeah, because if you buy an Xbox, they're losing money, but you buy this, they make 90% profit off that. Straight up.
Yeah, the control.
You're buying their accessories, their headsets, anything like that. That's how they're making all their money back. as well as having a subscription like Game Pass.
And see, that's why 100% profit. That's why I don't understand Arcade 1-Up, who knows that we're buying, when we buy these cabinets, we're buying things like decor items and things that we know are going in the arcade. Why they haven't jumped on that market and taken that over to subsidize their cabinets, I don't understand, because we know that they make toys. We know they're in production of making things. They can make those 10 signs or whatever at a better price and sell them to us directly and make more money than going to Hobby Lobby and buying them, that kind of thing. You see what I'm saying? They're missing opportunity to get us to come back to them, to come back to their website, or come back to them directly and get it. So,
how long has it been? People are trying to get a T-shirt from them. Nobody can get a Arcade 1-Up T-shirt. I mean, how many of you guys would buy a T-shirt? I would buy a T-shirt.
I would buy an Arcade 1-Up T-shirt right now if they had it on the website.
Some bling, I would wear a necklace with Arcade 1-Up. I would do it all.
There definitely is some things that they do and don't do that definitely don't make sense.
That's like free money.
There's other things too that they're doing and stuff, and we criticize them for. But I think there's we have to put a little bit more thought into it and why they're doing. Some of the things they're doing, they kind of have to. Their hands are tied in a lot of ways.
I would like a parts store at least from them, just so we could like buy it like parts.
I mean, the market of that alone.
Yeah, I mean,
if you need a replacement button, you're going to go to Arcade 1-Up first and buy it. But
if your monitor and your pinball blows up for some dumb reason, and then
you can order it directly.
Need a replacement.
Yeah.
I'm like, even like if I wanted to replace I don't like my Pac-Mania monitor, I pay extra for a good BOE.
Coin doors.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'd buy it from them. I'd buy it straight from them.
Think about container loads full of coin doors that we would buy, and I mean, there's tons of things. And the third party, the third party guys are doing really well because they're providing it for us. But if Arcade 1-Up said, guess what, we'll sell you that coin door that looks just like what you guys have already got on your machines, we'd be buying them left and right.
I mean, it's got their branding on it anyway.
There you go.
So,
any final thoughts on this?
Even
before
like
we
a
move on
new
to the next one.
panel.
We beat it.
Okay. Next one.
I'm sorry.
Arcade 1-Up really only wants us to buy cabs a few times a year, but they just figured out how to communicate better with us these times so that we can plan accordingly. That's why they have cabs at one price all year and then mark them down a few times a year. They only want us to buy at discounted prices.
Oh.
I agree with that. That's why I buy them all at Ollie's.
Why you buy them all at Ollie's?
You remember when they used to get all the YouTubers to just like John D would go to Mike of all trades. He would go to Michael B and say, "Hey, MVC2 is it's a limited quantity. Got to pre-order. Tell all your people that watch you to pre-order because when it's gone, it's gone."
Yeah.
And
then another batch shows up 3 weeks later.
Yeah. They want you to buy as soon as it becomes available immediately because they need to make as much profit as they can before they're sitting on like Simpsons level and Blitz levels worth of cabinets sitting in the warehouse or sitting in retail stores just piled up, 25 high, and they can't move them.
Look at what Ag Games is doing right now. I mean, every pinball they're announcing is FOMO to the sky because they're trying to get you to buy it right away. They want you to pre-order as soon as they announce it. They gave us 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's what Friday? Friday's the pre-order, and then the prices start going up.
Yeah. Pre-order, put $200 down.
That you don't non-refundable.
And it's non-refundable, but we also save you $300 if you do a pre-order now instead of buying it later.
Yeah.
So they want you to buy it.
So
they want you to buy it before it's even out.
Oh yeah.
The misconception that they come up with this is just ludicrous. The idea that that, you know, this is only going to happen and whatnot. Buy what you want to buy. It's your money. Spend it how you want to spend it. If that cab comes out and you really, really want it, and you're willing to spend the $4.99, $5.99, $6.99, that's your money. Spend it. But if you're okay with waiting, you know it's eventually going to drop at some point, or a retailer is going to lower it down. Wait, you know, and that's what I always do. I always think about, you know, take the time and think about it. You know, is it something I can't live without? I'm going to order it. If it's something that I can live without and I can wait on it, I'll wait on it.
Are you going to get your money's worth out of it as soon as it comes out and, you know, spend $600, $700? Are you going to, is that the cabinet you want, number one, and are you going to spend that kind of money? Are you going to play it all the time because that's what you've always wanted? Or do you want to wait 9 months, Black Friday, and so just see how low it drops? Is it going to drop $200, $300, or just $100? I guess it really just depends on, I guess, exactly how much it means to you.
Yeah.
And I guess the value of it versus how much money you have, you know?
I mean, honestly, though, you know, we claim to be their biggest fans, and you know, we do have a ton of their products and stuff like that, but we're really not doing them any favors, because we're buying at the rates of when they're trying to liquidate and get rid of, you know, something, and they're trying to get rid of it for a reason. You know, they're losing money on, you know, storing it or whatever, or they just need to, you know, create more space. You know, so when we're buying these things, we're not exactly helping them out. You know, we're not giving them extra money for R&D and for development of new cabs. You know, we're either buying them at, you know, barely making a profit, or maybe they're getting a loss on it or something. You know, and so we're almost
tax write-off,
feeding the machine for them to fail and eventually go under in a lot of ways.
Yes, sir. I don't know if it's true. I've heard multiple people say this given state that technically Arcade One Up, they get their money instantly when Walmart buys like 10,000 cabs from them, right? So they've already got they're giving the people who are losing money, or it would be like the people who hold on to them, like Walmart, Best Buy, like who keep them on the shelves, or Sam's Club.
It depends on the retailer. I think there's a lot of retailers that, you know, take things on and they don't. There's different agreements, you know, like. Or they're not paying completely up front, or sometimes they're only paying a portion, or sometimes they're not even paying at all, you know, until they sell.
Like Apple, I know Apple because I used to work in retail. Apple wants all their stuff back. So if you're going to give it to Apple will put their stuff out and they want that stuff sent back to them. So they don't let you even market. A lot of the Apple stuff doesn't get marked down. Some of it does. But a lot of their high end stuff, they contract it out where you return it. So they either reimburse it. I know HP used to do that too. You know, they have certain contracts and stuff like that. They'll either tell you to destroy it. That's why you see like at GameStop and stuff, them destroying things and stuff, like destroying like games and stuff like that, because they're actually forced to, which is sad. But if you're in retail, you understand how it works is, you know, there is we always had a thing where it'd tell us the actual price and how much we were making on it. So I could always see that. And then the biggest thing, like we were talking before, is I was a salesman. So my when I sold a computer or a printer, I was always trying to sell accessories or ink or we weren't making money on the actual object. The protection plans, those are going to be a big money maker. So if they get you to buy a protection plan, that's where Walmart will make a ton of money.
Yep.
That's why they'll always ask you a protection
plan. And they don't push it. They don't push it at Walmart. They don't push it at Walmart. They let the computer push it. But in other retailers push those protection plans, and they do have their benefits. But at the same time, you know,
that's a moneymaker for them and stuff like that. So Walmart will be making money on other things if they can sell with it, and they call it baskets and stuff like that. So they're not just looking. Let's say if you bought like an Arcade One Up, and they sell you a plan with that, and then they sell you a riser with that, or they, you know, or all the groceries or anything like that. They see that as a complete sale, and because they have things that they do make money on, and because you came for one thing, and that's why they do Black Friday. You come for one thing, and then you buy all the other stuff that makes them higher profit. So, it's that's kind of how the game's played, and the discounts and stuff like that. It's to get you in there to buy more stuff. But with Arcade 1UP, what else is there to buy? Like we were talking before. I mean, they're not selling us games or anything, so they're really going to be taking a hit. I don't even know if they're going to be, if they keep doing it this way, they're not going to be around for very long.
And in retail, we call that attachment rate.
Yep, attachment rate. Yep.
This has been
whatever you can attach to that sale is considered profit.
Yep. And you can double dip too if you get two big items.
Yep.
Well, typically your smaller items usually have higher margins. So yet again, that kind of comes back to what I was saying. The decor items, they can come
definitely
around and have a 40 or 50% margin on that. You're making more money off of that product than you are the cabinet themselves. So.
You remember when Arcade 1UP would under store, they would have marquee light up signs that you put on the wall. The Pac-Man 10
it's a market
signs.
they're missing out on.
It's
they really
why
should
y'all
be.
Stop?
Clearly, they didn't feel like they were making enough money for whatever reason. But it's a shame. They could have expended that and probably made more money.
No, so we just throw the stool inside there with it.
In your wall, you guys
inside.
In your Walmart, you guys do you guys have a Walmart where they sell the Arcade 1UPs? Because I just went into mine. Do you know the aisle they sell them in is all the retro stuff? They're all the old 90s, 80s stuff. It's all in that same aisle.
Yeah.
So they're attaching, because everything that a person would be looking for retro stuff is right behind me, and there's a bunch of stuff. Like I said, I seen the little elf guy there, and they had Stranger Things and all these retro stuff. So they're selling it. So Arcade 1UP should have something in that same aisle, whole display. They pay for that display, so they can put anything they want in that display. So I just don't understand why. Other thing I see is their risers. So they have a riser section, and they have their peasant versions, and of course, what it is, Pac-Man and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I mean, design blacklight posters, put regular size posters, do something, man. Just throw a little bit more stuff that you can attach to that sale on there,
Yeah. Bobby Vu in the house. Hey, brother, I hope you just popped out of the shower.
I think his beard is burning.
This is your showering time.
Clean.
Sorry, gentlemen. Let's move on to point number 5. Corporate Big Home Arcade, which is extremely large underground cartel with a head chest master planning and thinking things out 10 moves ahead. And the key of all their sales and success is a secret relationship with YouTubers, leveraging their platforms for the hundreds or thousands of subscribers because they are the biggest audiences and consumers in the world. You wrote this, Joel. You wrote this, Joel.
Need the tinfoil hats for the conspiracy theorists,
right?
Joel, you're not supposed to let them know this.
Yeah,
it's true. It's all a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy.
You wrote this, Joel, and it was like there's a lot of people out there in the community that truly believe this. That they're, it's all a conspiracy by the YouTubers to make us buy things, and I'll buy what I want to buy. If I see something I want, yes, I go and look at the reviews. If Bill's Retro Show reviews it and I like it, I'll go to another YouTuber and look at their review and see what they say about it. Just because those two YouTubers say they're not going to make me buy it or not, it's just I want their opinions on it. So people think that we're controlled by YouTubers and whatnot. I think it's just kind of ridiculous.
We're sheep.
Honesty. So
I think you can tell when somebody's, I mean, they're supposed to tell you, but you can kind of tell when it's somebody's opinion and they're just reading a script or they're just kind of parroting the same talking points that you're getting from a company. So, I mean, is there shills out there? Yeah, of course there's shills out there. I mean, you know, it's part of the business. But, you know, do I think people can give their honest opinion even though if somebody sent you something? Sure. And like you said, we can go to different people and stuff. I actually watch reviews of the Blitz cab, and whether they're all from 9 months ago and stuff. I just like to see what people thought of it when it came out and what they think of it now, and you know, just kind of get a feel for what people are thinking. Which honestly, I really like the cab. To be honest, if you want my opinion on it, it's really good. But I got it at $299, and everybody else is. How much did it cost coming out?
$599.
$599. You know, what I think it was that good of a deal? Probably not. So
now, is something are YouTubers beneficial for some companies? Yeah, like Numbskull and you know, smaller companies but you know, I think the one that gets the biggest flack and you know, people think the biggest, you know, conspiracy out there, you know, Arcade 1-Up, you know, and they're working with all these YouTubers and stuff, and they're you know, paying them and stuff. It goes back to that very first, you know, bullet point misconception. Like, Arcade 1-Up don't
exactly, Ralphie.
Don't care about, you know, our community that much. You know, they don't. Their whole focus isn't on, okay, we need to get, you know, P-Dubs, you know, and get him, call it P-Dubs. We need to, you know, get him saying this. Here's the script that he needs to say, and
and you say that right, because
like
they sent him that Wheel of Fortune cab, and he said it wasn't worth it. Like, he got it for free. His wife loves it, but he still said it wasn't worth the money.
So he said it should have been a partycade, and that's exactly right. It should have been a partycade, and I've been saying that since the thing came out.
That would be a great partycade, to be honest.
Exactly. But, you know, I mean, I'm glad that they sent him a unit to review, but, you know, just because he sent it out, he gave his honest opinion, and that's what we expect from the YouTubers out there.
Yeah. He never. He doesn't hold any punches.
The whole NDA joke has been, you know, it's kind of run its course, and it's not funny anymore. It's kind of
well, Michael B's,
is coming from, you know, and I think he's getting tired of it too. But you know, it was funny at first. Everybody kind of giving him crap about it, but you know, Arcade 1-Up isn't feeding Michael B and P-Dubs and stuff, you know, scripts and stuff like that of what to tell us.
No.
Because one, we're a very small portion of their sales, you know, and
very
we don't
small.
give them that much of a bump. And most of us, like I said, we're buying these things when, you know, they're hurting for money. So we're not helping them out much. So
wasn't there correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you guys remember, wasn't there somebody that was trying to get I remember what it was. I used to work for a company that used to sell gun safes. And the company that sold the gun safes, their motto was they wanted to get a gun safe in every home in America. That was their goal, was to get a gun safe. And how they did that was they sold an affordable gun safe that everybody would be comfortable with, that price-wise, and they would, you know, sell it at a really good price. And they had a gun safe for everybody. So it's almost like Arcade 1-Up, because they want to get an arcade in every place they can get one, in every apartment, in every, you know, anybody that wants this kind of thing, they want to get one in every home they can, right?
In every room in your house.
In every room in your house. But there's some of us that just have tons of them. But yet again,
mystery encoder. Yeah.
Yes.
Skee ball.
I just think it's fun.
Skee ball was cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, you need to derail you.
Yeah.
Is mine and his book to have a built-in gun safe? That's the announcement.
Yes.
Yeah. No. My rant about gun safes has nothing to do with Bobby Boo. I promise. Okay.
No, Tapper's coming out with a refrigerator built in.
Oh yeah.
I would buy that.
You would,
or it's got one of those pony kegs, you know, to spin.
Nobody's gonna buy that. It's not Arcade authentic.
There's the sarcasm.
There it is. We've missed it. Any final thoughts on number 5?
It's all true.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I remember a couple years ago when Blitz, I guess it was last year, wasn't it? When Blitz came out.
It feels like it was a couple years ago, but yes.
That, several people were upset because our YouTubers that is in our community weren't getting, review cabs or weren't getting free cabs. Instead, Arcade 1UP was sending it to people we had no idea who the hell they were.
Yep.
But other people did. And it's because it's not meant for us. It's meant for people who are outside our community to be interested in that product. We're already interested in that product. You announce it, we want it.
Yeah, now NFL Blitz is a different crowd too.
Yeah. It's not
sports
meant
crowd
for us. Like even that one YouTuber, I forget his name, but he's like a electronic YouTuber, kind of like Travis MCP.
Yeah.
He got Yoga Flame, and it got like 200,000 views.
Yeah.
Because of the type of crowd that he does, they want to try and interest those people into like, holy crap, they sell home arcades now? I didn't know that.
No.
Trying to reach those people. You announce it, we know about it. It's up to us to decide if we want to buy it. It's in our wheelhouse. They're trying to get outside the wheelhouse.
YouTubers you want that like Arcade 1UP wants to have in their back pocket,
Right.
Like,
right.
The P-dubs and like the people that are falling below P-dubs as far as subscriber count and stuff like that. Like, I'm not even Arcade not worth Arcade 1UP's time of day. As far as to put them on the payroll for their couple thousand viewer snubs and stuff.
Like P-dubs, Michael B, Steps Gaming, Papa Brad, these guys, Brooklyn Menace, they built their channels based on the things that they love.
Yeah.
And that's in this like home arcade community, retro gaming community, period. They didn't do it off of publicity, but they did it off the stuff that we all find interesting together as in a community. That's why we all know each other. That's why we watch all these channels, the same channels together, because we're all in this community together. It's just,
however, us
go ahead.
Us as YouTubers, this number 5 is exactly what Big Cartel would want us and has told us to say.
Yeah, we don't have pieces of paper that tell us that.
There is no Big Cartel.
Yeah.
There is no big home arcade.
Insert name here.
There is no chess here.
Yeah, Mike Corley. Yeah,
Mike Corley.
Yeah, the bad guy.
Bad guy. Yeah. This is a good cab. I have really enjoyed it.
Running Arcade 1UP with John F. Kennedy and Sasquatch in the basement of the White House.
Yeah. Now, all right, we got to move on to number 6. We got to move on to number 6. Everyone employed at Arcade 1UP watches all the YouTube streams and videos, reads the Facebook groups and Reddit, and we're their primary focus and concern. I would love to say that Arcade 1UP watches us. That they
watch their own channel.
I think they don't even know what YouTube is.
I would love to say that they watch, they come into Discord and they see what we do in Arcades Anonymous Discord or Facebook or wherever we're hanging out, and you could use us as focus, but we all know that's not true. We all know
if they want to, though, they can join our Discord. Go ahead, join it. Plenty of people to talk to.
We are Arcade 1UP,
Yep.
And I'm just the idea that they watch us all would be very surprising. I would love to say that they do, but they don't know who Arcade Anonymous are, or I'm sure they know who Multicade Matt is. I mean, he's known by many.
No, I'm known by 400 and some people. Right?
He's known around the world in different parts.
They probably know our good friend PD7. They probably know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
And they
he
probably
gets kicked out of every store.
Who the bad guy is. They probably know he's the best one to play Batman. So I don't know. But
I'm sure they watch stuff occasionally, but I don't think they watch anything nearly as dedicated as most of us do, and keep tabs on it.
Yeah.
A lot of them probably don't. They probably go home and don't even have a single one of their own machines in their house, and don't play video games and don't have that interest. They have, I don't know, they go to a knitting, convention or who knows what. They have their convention. Some of them.
That's very random, Joel. That's very random.
Look, they got that one intern that's like, "Hey man, I've been watching this home arcade community," and they're like, "Shut up, we don't want to hear it. We don't care."
They buy more Pac-Man on their stream, and then they failed to send it to me.
Sure. Oh no!
Shirtgate. Yeah,
Shirtgate.
I follow.
Who did? Steps?
Steps, yeah.
What
shirt?
But the crazy thing is we follow them. Like I go in LinkedIn because I'm, I used to be in retail and LinkedIn's big with retail. And I follow Arcade One Up on LinkedIn. And they rarely post anything. And when they do, it's usually like a repost or whatnot. And then you try to figure out like who the execs are and people that are in the customer relations or whatnot, but you rarely interact with them. They rarely post anything that's arcade related because it has.
Etsy happen to be on LinkedIn?
Who?
Etsy.
Yeah,
I know who runs that place.
Yeah.
There's no living person at Etsy to sign up for
computer.
Does the bot have a LinkedIn? Maybe we can talk to that one.
Yeah, I guess we need to. I'll do the research if you want me to figure out if there is anybody at Etsy, but I doubt it. Yeah.
We need to find somebody.
Definitely. You're so right, Todd. Multicade Matt is world renowned because he understands how the large
Hadron Collider
works and gives scientists tips on it too. Wow.
Our Sunday conversation.
That's awesome.
It was during the KI Pro announcement. John D finally got back to me like 7 months later, then he left, and I never got the shirt. Wow. Sorry, Steps.
Oh, man.
They have a backlog of shirts for contest winners. I'm sure they do.
Well, it's better than iArcade has a backlog of machines.
In John D's pocket.
Yeah. Just to spin the other side of this, though. Like, go ahead. Randomly, like the Buy Stuff Store guy, the two brothers for Buy Stuff Store, like you'll see them pop their head and frequently on most people's chats. So,
they're here last week, weren't they?
They were here.
They were.
Yeah, and so you got to give them props. They have their ear to the ground on most of our, like everybody in the neighborhood of this given situation. They listen and they act fast. So, just
that's why they're growing and doing so well.
Yeah, that's how they.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. You remember when they were like, "Man, I wish we had a riser for Time Crisis." A week later,
guess what? We got a riser for Time Crisis.
We got a riser.
Big difference about in small companies that are run by people who are passionate, about it and know the ins and outs of the industry, and some people that are just, it's just a job. They're checking in and checking out, and
yeah.
I think with Arcade One Up, the biggest thing is they got the licenses. As I listened to that Numbskull interview and stuff like that,
they had the license.
Yeah, the licenses is what is really hard to get, I guess. So I mean, when you cross over and want to be legit with the license stuff, it seems like that's where a lot of the money goes, and a lot of the work to get the machines done is dealing with licensing, which is unfortunate.
Recent announcements from at games and things, one's led to believe that they're starting to lose a lot of those licenses.
Yeah. If you see, what they're announcing,
it's starting to paint a good picture, isn't it?
Talking about somebody that's like really passionate about what they do and retro gaming completely. Shout out to Shiloh from New Wave Toys.
Yeah.
Met him in Cleveland. Met him at the after party at B Kong's place at his Airbnb. Super down to earth guy. By the way, amazingly tall. Holy crap, he's scary.
That dude.
Yeah, he makes me look short.
But he's like, I make desk shit Sorry for the language. But I make really cool desk shit, and
we really need to get that printed on a shirt.
Yeah, and he's like,
and then the New Wave Toys logo right next to it.
But he is so passionate about it, and all the way down to the tiny coin acceptor that makes Ghosts and Ghouls, Ghouls and Ghosts run.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he is just like that's the type of like CEO that you want to have for like a company like that, because he wants to sell his products at a reasonable price, but also make it so freaking cool and just so attention to detail. Like that guy is so freaking cool, and I would love to meet him again.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see him at another convention or something real soon, because he's like I'd like to talk to him more. I didn't get much chance to talk to him like you guys probably did. So yeah, made me want to support him. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where, dare I say, Arcade 1UP was at one point. They wanted, people really wanted to invest because they got to meet the people that was behind it all, and then it kind of just fell apart, at least in my opinion.
Who's the face of Arcade 1UP now?
No idea.
Nobody. Who really, honestly, could you point to?
I mean, the only person you see is Cyrus.
They need to have an organized influencer group that can be really the face of.
It's Michael B.
I guess it is.
Well, we only know two people that actually work for him, and that's Travis MCP and Cyrus.
Yep.
By the way, Todd, did you ever get your New Wave Toys speaker?
Yes.
The boombox?
Yes.
It's the necklace one, like I got one, right?
Yes, it is. Yep.
How do you like that?
I love it.
That's what
I run around the house with it. I run around the house with it all day long.
I got that on my Christmas list.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So hopefully I get it.
Matt asking if we're going to the Texas Pinball Festival in March. He's going to be there. We talked a little bit about it, Master. I don't think we finalized anything at all, especially since our good friend Joel's been busy. We haven't really talked much about conventions and stuff. So we'll try to corner him in the workshop or something, figure out what he's going to be doing. Yeah.
That's the closest one to me. So yeah.
And my wife wants to go to Texas, so we may have to.
My wife wants to go to Texas too. I just don't know if March might be too soon.
Yeah,
March.
For me, that might be a nice time to go, because I'll be sick of snow and winter and cold by.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Our snow's been pretty good.
Yep.
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking. I've been starting to think that you and I need to maybe try to do a road trip to do the Midwest Classic this year.
In where's that? Chicago?
Milwaukee.
Take the ferry. Take the ferry.
All right, gentlemen.
In April, I don't think the ferry's open yet.
All right, real fast. Check out Steps, right? Yeah, Steps, roller coasters and pinball. That would be dope. Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
Texas Pinball is in Dallas. Maybe we can do Six Flags. Yep. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I miss Six Flags because growing up as a kid, that's always where we went. So Six Flags was fun. All right, number 7. We only have 8, so we got one more after this. Everybody in the world pays close attention to arcade prices and sales and knows what the lowest price is and has been, and that is the value of a cab, and it would always should be sold for.
If you watch PD7, yes.
I mean, this is like PD7, we love you, brother. This is your bread and butter, is paying really close attention to those prices. So
I think it's only our community and maybe even just probably the majority of the community, but we know what.
But your key word there is everybody in the world. Like, not everybody outside this community takes a look at prices. We're the only ones that seem to focus on it, right?
Yeah, they see a cab at, you see it on Best Buy or something. You're like, what? Who would ever pay that for that? I know that cab isn't worth $600. It's been, they were selling it for $300 last year at Black Friday. I'm going to hold out and wait for that again. There's people that didn't know about it, and people that are buying it.
I think that's
thank
what
goodness for them, because those are the people that are keeping Arcade One up in business.
Yeah.
the suckers.
What else? It goes back to
because fans.
Yeah, Justin used to have that website, his console kits, where he
Console
would go
kits.
and he would.
Yeah.
That website was a gift. That's how I got my Blitz cap for 211. So yeah, I missed that website.
You remember?
He doesn't.
Do you guys remember like the golden times when you would go to that website every day and you would look to see?
Yep.
Like I would go in there every day to just see what the closest deal to me was, and I remember like there was a Walmart that was like 30 minutes away, and I had a free day. I went up there to try to find this cab that was showing up in their inventory, and sure enough, it wasn't there. It was like I want to say it was a Rampage for $50, and couldn't find the Rampage. But anyway, I mean, I love the website and trying to find those. And now what I have to do is have to constantly go in and look. Like every day, I'm hitting these websites to see, has those prices dropped? You know, just in case if PD7 hasn't done a update on some prices and seen something come down the line. You know,
I just go into Ollie's every day.
I mean, it's far short from everybody in the world. That's only about 1,500 people, that are in the know on what all the prices are, because that's I think PD7's subscriber count right now. Definitely helps keep us in the loop. He's like, I wouldn't buy yet. That's definitely not the lowest we've ever seen that yet. But
yeah, he was telling us to wait on Fast and Furious. He said it was coming back, and sure enough, it did.
It did, yeah.
I think he might be an influencer.
Definitely is.
Definitely not enough people watching PD7.
Oh yeah, you got to get his Illuminati.
But
I think you're right.
Brought to you by PD7. Go over and subscribe to PD7.
Yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet to us, make sure you hit the subscribe button first, and then go to PD7. There you go. Thank you.
And then get to Joel, then to Matt, then to Brian, to Todd, and
just go around the horn.
Start the chain, man. Just
yeah. We all got different stuff. Thoughts on this? Anything you guys want to finish up on that before we hit the last and final, the top misconception?
Well, I think this one. I mean, this is like anything in any group. The people in the know are gonna know. If you're in the know of like shoes and what the latest sneaker is and stuff like that, I would have no clue. I just know what I like, and when I want to buy it, I'm just gonna buy it, and I'm not really looking for deals. But I think it's like anybody in the know in that group is gonna know the best deal, and that's why I would look towards if you're gonna look for a deal, look towards the group that's into it. So and anything. So I think there are people like PD7 who would absolutely, I would recommend him. If you are looking for a cab and you're just into it and you want a deal, look to him. Otherwise, if you really want to buy the cab, don't feel bad about it and just buy it.
I mean, whatever you find the value in a cab to you and what you feel like you should pay for it is what you should pay for it. I mean, if you're a huge fan of Killer Instinct, $6.99 is not a big deal to you. You find a value in that. That's you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I look at it.
Killer Instinct at $150. Come back because I really want one.
Oh, yeah, that right here was an amazing deal.
Come to Ollie's.
Find out wherever Bobby Voo is giving one out on what channel, and you got get that shot too.
If you guys get your friends to subscribe, to us, you can have 500. Bobby's gonna get tired and sell those things or something, or use them for firewood or something. Because
you get Rascal's Basement Arcade up to 1,000. Bobby Voo's giving away one there too. So I'm just saying, subscribe to both of channels. You have more of a chance to win.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll give one away if you get me up to 1,000.
Yep. All right, let's hit the last one. Last misconception.
Send it home.
All right. My used cabs hold their value and should be sold at the price of a new or maybe even at the MSRP of that cab.
There's only two communities in the world that feel that their emotional memories and connections and nostalgia should also play into the resale value. It's home arcade enthusiasts and Jeep owners.
I'll say sneakerheads too.
Sneakerheads, yeah.
I've never dealt with them, but yeah,
watch some YouTubers on sneakerheads. That's pretty funny.
Like Jeep owners, they think that the memories that they have invested in their Jeep should also play into the value and price of. It's almost cheaper for me to go out and buy a brand new Jeep, off the lot than it is to buy a used one from somebody because they think it's worth way more than the one that I could go buy new for.
Matt, is this true?
I think Matt's frozen.
Matt, are you still there, buddy?
Really
we lost him.
Man, we're losing everybody today.
You said something about Jeep owners. He's like, oh, that comes. I'm not friends with him anymore.
So real quick before I give my opinion on this, Jay, I love you, brother, but if you do this, I may have to kick you off the island. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. So don't do this. All right. And let's see here. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, a lot of these guys on our panel here have tried to sell cabs before. Our good friend G.I. Joel, how long have you had your Battletoads cab? On months,
I think
right?
we're going on at least 3 months, 2 months. I don't know, 2 months, 3 months. I don't remember.
Yeah,
probably 2 months, but I've slowly been bringing it down and stuff. But I don't. I think I got it at like $300 now or something like that, and still no takers.
There he is.
Sorry. Nobody's really interested in Killer Instinct unless it's $150. Then they want $7.
What about you? What about you, Matt? You've been trying to get rid of your KI recently, right?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to consolidate stuff so like all of my cabs will fit into one room again. And so I'm trying to sell Killer Instinct with a stool for $250, and I just get the people. Is it available? Is it available? And so
and I say nothing else.
And then crickets. So yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, Jay, on like Marketplace around us, like there's like people got the and this has been for a couple months now. I've seen it. They had like the Terminator cabs for $350, $400 or something. They're selling them used, out of their basement. And I'm thinking, you could. Do you not realize that you can go to Best Buy right now and buy one for $300?
Yeah, people. Yeah, they were selling the Fast and Furious for like trying to 600 or something like that, and it's. That's
what kind of irks me on, you look at Marketplace and stuff and you see these people that are trying to sell these for more than what you could go buy them brand new for.
Yes, sir.
I mean, go back to our
Ollie or some of the Ollie's pickups and stuff, I don't know if they're just flippers or something, all of a sudden you see a bunch of Blitz, for $300, $400,
well,
they picked them up, or you can go to your local Ollie's and grab one for $250.
Well, remember the famed helmet, the helmet that we were trying to find. I ended up having to buy it off eBay and paying $50 for it instead of the $30. And
they had a ton of those. Yeah.
Lo and behold, it came with a sticker from Ollie's on it because they picked it up from Ollie's and flipped it.
Yep.
Do you remember our Deal or No Deal show?
Yeah.
Our episode stream?
Yeah.
I got people rewatching that one. That people are loving that episode.
Yeah,
by the way.
I mean, look at like, especially in my area, people were trying to sell a Generation 1 Galaga cabinet that's got like the control panels rubbed off and everything like that for $400. They're like authentic Galaga arcade machine.
Authentic.
Trying to sell it to it to retarded people. Just don't even know better. And then you got like $1,000 Tempest cab, or I have an $800 Simpsons cab that's got like 30 games on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I got like 30 games on mine. I would never try to sell that for $800.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, they price these things and are treating them like they're, collector items and stuff. But when you really sit back and think about it, they're cheap MDF wood, the whole thing. A lot of these arcade one-ups are real cheaply constructed and made, but yet, they're not collector pieces, even if they're not sold in stores anymore. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that the thing should be worth double its price. I can't believe, like the price of the TMNT 2-player countercades right now. People are asking $500-$600 for those things.
I think it's just because of scarcity and stuff like that. And I don't know if it's a license issue. That's the weird thing about Arcade 1-Up is why aren't they just making more? If there's demand for it, if there's a secondary market for it. I mean, why haven't they made another Defender with the right setup? I mean, the community's been begging for it, and I mean, they probably even if they release the party cading in. I mean, that's like one of the rare ones that I know of, and I seen it at Ollie's and didn't buy it for some dumb reason.
I mean, you remember when
some
eBay
of it goes back to the reason why they're not making more of those is because when it launched, they were trying to sell them for $300. Nobody was buying them at $300.
Mm-hmm.
When Best Buy is clearancing them out at $100 and Target's selling them for $100, people are buying them right up. And now all of a sudden people are like, oh, these are so awesome and stuff. How come they aren't making more? Well, it wasn't because the fat cats at, Arcade 1-Up were just being greedy and wanted that $300. They didn't price it at $300 just because that's where the dart fell on the wall, when they were trying to price it out. That was what they really needed to make off of it to make some money and, to make it profitable. At $100, they're not making much. So it's kind of like it's not worth our time to lose some more money for you guys.
Yeah. I think 4 hit it really good on the head. Yeah, as much as we might ourselves trying to collect them all, flat pack, self-built particle board furniture are not collector's items. It's the truth.
Maybe there's a small niche community out there of like IKEA furniture collectors and stuff that we don't know about.
I mean, I enjoy the build and I enjoy what it does to a room, but they're not collector's items. They're what they are.
What would you think the ag game stuff would be more collector, like the pinball stuff that they're coming? I would consider that maybe worth a little more in my book.
I don't think so. I don't think it's much different than like your Xbox and stuff like that.
But like the Peanuts one and then the Addams Family. I mean, they're trying to give you the FOMO that they're only making 5,000 of those.
Only 5,000.
Only 5,000.
Only 5,000. That's a lot.
I know. Yeah, I get it. But
in this community, that's a lot of cabs.
In this community, and I get that. But if they're done after 5,000, if they really are done, I mean, eventually, if it becomes like Peanuts becomes a one, or Addams Family isn't part of that, but Star Trek for some reason becomes popular or something. It's just like when a new toy comes out and nobody wants it, and then all of a sudden it becomes super rare, and he goes, "That's the one everybody hated, so that's why nobody bought it." And now all of a sudden it's worth a lot of money.
Who's going to be collecting it a few years or 10 years down the road when it's the people that are buying them right now? This is the core group that are buying it, and that's these older people that they're not. I don't think any of us, like 20 years from now, are going to be like, yeah, I really need to get that ALP and complete the collection because I want all of them sitting next to each other. We might be on to like full-size real arcades or something by then. But
what about somebody who's like
your kids later on in life are going to be like, I want to start picking up all those arcade cabs that my dad used to have. It's kind of. It's kind of like how Atari, was kind of, collectible there for a little while, but now, it's NES is really collectible. But soon, I think we've seen the peak of that, and it's starting to drop off a bit. And it's because, the people that are into it they got them.
They got them all. Yeah.
The younger generation isn't going to care, you know.
Yeah.
No.
It's not as collectible, you know. It's not an interest of the upcoming generation because they didn't grow up with it. They don't have nostalgia for it. They don't have interest. They don't even know what it is.
Yeah. What about the Burger Time? That's a good.
Yeah. That's the outlier. Yeah.
Those are commonly going for like $1,200.
And you will never pry that from my dead cold fingers.
What if I trade you a Pac-Man?
Yeah, a Pac-Man joystick that you would have never bought if I had not put that worm in your ear. Yeah, okay.
I will trade you a full Rock Band set.
No.
Or Guitar Hero set.
No.
And a Blitz cab.
And a Blitz cab. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, have you seen how much like Guitar Hero and Rock Band instruments are going for?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Definitely, but you know, kids don't want particle board arcades. They want Switch, Xbox, and PS5.
I got the drum set right behind me.
Yeah.
The point in case too is like, remember how much Star Wars cabinet was going for before they re-released it?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That was people you know, those were going for, you know, $1,000 or something, you know. Then they re-released it and they've been sitting on shelves and like they had to discount them and stuff like that. They had to like give them away as replacement gifts and high fives, virtual high five replacements for KI and stuff like that. Yeah. Once the market was flooded, there wasn't that FOMO and, you know, that collector. So, you know, if they re-released, if they re-released like the Defender or Partycade or whatever, you would think they would be like, man, people are buying these for $1,000. You know, that's a cash cow. We need to make a new run of them because people love them. They make 5,000 of them, throw them out there, and people, I'm not paying that. I'm not buying that until it's down to $100 at Ollie's.
Yeah, and here we are, vicious cycle.
160 for the Partycades.
Yeah.
CJ, you're sitting on $1,000 worth of toy instruments right there.
Oh, I got 2 guitars. I got the drum set right behind me.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And no way I'm giving that up.
Reminds me that I need to pull out my Rock Band setup. Have barely ever used it.
Yeah. Look up Clone Hero on your PC. Clone Hero on your PC. You can hook up a bunch of the doesn't matter what one, PS3 or Xbox.
So we need to have Steps come on sometime. Matt, you need to work on getting Steps on the show.
Oh, let's see these Steps. What are you doing next Wednesday? There you go.
We're having our Christmas show next week. Or next Wednesday.
She could bring some Christmas cheer.
She will not be invited.
You are not invited to the Christmas party.
But I think people would actually buy Partycades because the price is right on those. And I've said that. I mean, Partycades are the great kind of like mid-zone for people.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like the Countercades and you don't really like the 3/4, that Partycade can get you wherever you need to be. So,
yeah, I think the $200 is a sweet spot for those.
Yeah, and unfortunately, some of them are a little higher than that, depending on what they are. They need to rerun the Street Fighter because the Street Fighter sold out and never came back. The Centipede needs to come back out again
with a better trackball.
With a better trackball
in Defender.
And I already have the Defender, so I don't care. They can come out.
It's not all about you, Todd.
I want the Centipede. I want the Street Fighter, and I'm good.
See, there you go.
Steps would be a fun guest, absolutely.
All right, come on, Kristen. We got you.
Yep. You want to come on and hang with a bunch of nerds like us, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, just shoot me your email and we'll send you the link.
Yep.
Nerd life.
Well, I thought that was a good top misconceptions of this community. Anybody want to add anything?
No, that was dope.
We're way into overtime now. I didn't realize it was so late.
You're getting the
extended
version, the after hours, the dark version of So next week we've got our Christmas special.
Wow. Yeah, we have a whole nother crew coming in the second hour.
Yeah.
like a funnier Todd, like a different kind of Todd, and then yeah.
Yeah, we'll just put Stock Jock and MG on.
Sorry, Carl.
It'd be
I love Jeeps, but I don't love them that much. So
really, man, our Rubicon Gladiator's dope. Just saying. It's our baby.
I wouldn't trade it for the burger time. It's not worth it.
He will trade you his 4KP.
Yes, I'm not going to make any of my panel members stand up because I don't want to know.
No comment.
No comment.
I'm wearing pants.
Yeah. 4K is right. Partycades need Wi-Fi, multiplayer. Wi-Fi, it diminishes the experience. Yeah. I think that's
give it the whole kit caboodle, like the 3/4 scale.
It's not going to add that much. You're already buying. You already have the same.
If anything,
PCB.
I would think that it would reduce the cost overall of everything because you're buying more PCBs of just one.
Exactly.
And put them in all of them rather than
But I don't want y'all to buy a party
PCBs. 5,000.
Who cares?
I don't want y'all to buy a Partycade for $299. I want y'all to buy the 3/4 scale at $599.
Yeah, but Joel's right. If you're buying a whole container full of PCBs with Wi-Fi capability on it and Wi-Fi antennas off of it, wouldn't you think that would be worth the money to do that?
Yeah, because buying in bulk.
I don't understand. The only thing that makes logic sense to me is that they're being made in completely different factories in China that do everything end to end. They make their own PCB and they're putting it in the cab and everything, all within that factory. And
I'm sure they are, but if they're making
sense to share, from one to the other, but
it's got to be a network that works together. So.
Hey, I have an idea. Use the PCB that's got Wi-Fi, right? Have us buy a Wi-Fi antenna for the Partycade. Offer that as an attachment. Arcade one up.
I would give you what, $10? I'd pay $10 for a Wi-Fi.
It'd probably be $30 to be honest, if they're going to make any money.
Okay, I'll give you $30 for a Wi-Fi antenna that I have to hook up to the PCB.
Well, look at what PS5 is doing now. They went to one SKU of one with the disk drive and one without, and now you can either buy one with it or buy without, and you can buy the disk drive separate and you can add it. Even PlayStation's doing that now because they want one SKU. They don't want to have to make one with the drive and one with the other. So all the new PlayStation 5s are going to be same SKU, and then some are going to have a drive and some aren't, and then you can add the drive later
on.
So
if they with the light kits for the arcade one-ups, it's
they could. If you can,
it's not like they're
later.
Doing a different PCB for the ones that don't have a light kit. They're just like leaving out the 40-cent LED strip, And
what about the light up marquees? Like if you bought a peasant version and you wanted to upgrade it from Walmart, and then in the instructions, like, hey, if you want to upgrade this, here's some parts you can buy to light up marquee for it, right from them. And it'd be right there. There's the same stock that they're selling. They're putting them in, and they don't even have to put them in your machine now. So,
or even the light up control panels.
Yeah, or buttons. There's just so many things they could be doing.
Yeah, I mean, just
so many little things that they can make money off of us.
So much they could do, and just missed opportunity.
Don't.
That's
why my
lights are an easy. I think they transfer from machine to machine.
Okay, so real quick, let's end the poll real quick. So we asked, are you pre-ordering the Attack from Mars 4K from At Games? And I'm pretty shocked by this. So 81% said no. 81% out of 32 votes. So thank you. That's been the majority of our watching people that have watched us the whole run here. But yeah,
That's because we're
18
pulling the community, and the community's not going to buy until they're being liquidated for $300.
Or we see them at Ollie's, right? What if at games started coming to Ollie's? What would you guys think about that?
I'd be broke.
I would too. Divorce.
What do I think of it? I would buy it. It'd be great. I mean, they would sell. I bought. They were selling. At games was selling their control deck at Sam's Club. I bought mine for like $40.
Yeah.
So they were clearancing those things out like a long time ago. So it's not unheard of. But do you see at games in retail anymore though?
No, unfortunately, I missed them from.
I haven't seen them at Sam's Club. Maybe they're on the websites, but I haven't actually physically seen them in the stores in a while.
Not since I bought my At Games Sega Genesis Mini at Kroger.
Yeah, I got one of those.
You bought it at Kroger.
Like 5 years ago, yeah.
I'll be dang.
Mine doesn't even have HDMI.
No, it's a piece of shit.
But it takes cartridges.
Yeah.
That's why I bought it.
But tell you what, if they sold them at Ollie's, I'd become an Ollie's shill. Like I would wear an Ollie's
I am an Ollie's shill. They send me flyers. That's my disclaimer. They send me a flyer in my email every week. And,
if that games was at Ollie's, they would be bankrupt. Yeah. Nobody would be buying anything, right?
Not really, because Ollie's is buying them out, buying their inventory out. So they probably have like costs and with storage and everything. So they're probably just liquidating them because of that. That's why Ollie's is in business.
Yep.
I'm right there with you, Jim B.
I'm only ordering. I'm going to spring for the installed sound upgrade for it.
I'm right there with you, Jim B.
There you go.
That's the one I want.
So I'm seeing Michael B liking it because it's like replicated of a real pinball.
Yeah.
But do you think that was a good IP as far as a choice, because it's already been out there? I mean, Brian, you're buying it. So
it's one of the few authentic tables that they do that Zen Pinball does, like a replica of. I mean, if you look at the Williams RK 1-Up, it's got 10 tables and they're all real tables. So fishtails, gopher ball, whatever you call it, Medieval Madness, The Getaway, Junkyard. All those are real tables that Zen moved to digital.
Mm-hmm.
So having that IP and that replica art again touches on, say, Michael B's nostalgia. He loves that. He loves that real arcade table.
Yep, I agree. Like what Jason said, like it's the first time at games via the LP they almost printed money when they made that release.
Yeah. And
I think Matt had a good point this morning. He said this one has the closest chance of selling out the quickest. I think
the question is,
I think that's true because I think it has the most crossover for different genres and interests. The home arcade enthusiast, the just
pinball.
Kind of casual pinball player. You think about it like that's an iconic pinball table. Like one of the tables that comes to mind, when you think of pinball for people that aren't even that into pinball, and so it's not just like it has the limited, enthusiasts that are big into Star Wars that I want to buy it because it's Star Wars, it has a lot of overlap.
It'd be cheaper than that. It'd be cheaper. It'd be $3.99.
Imagine if they did a Bride of Pinbot or Funhouse. Remember Funhouse?
Madness, yeah, Funhouse. Yeah, they would print money for like medieval madness. Like that's like everybody's. They call it almost like the number one table of all times, right?
I would actually, if they announced that one too, I would actually probably pick that up over the Attack from Mars because medieval madness. That table's awesome.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I like Arabian Nights as well. So I mean, it's just those three and Whitewater. Thank you, Steps. Those are that's why I bought that RK 1-Up pinball, even though it's 720p. It's not really 60 frames per second. It's like 45, 50. But that's the reason why I bought that, because it's based off real tables that I played. Probably some of them I played when I was a kid at the real arcades and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I bought that, and the reason why I enjoyed it so much. And seeing that they are bringing this out in 4K on that 32-inch screen, and it's the real table digitalized. Yeah, you sold it for me. That's what I want. I don't want Addams Family. I don't want Star Trek, Peanuts. I want this. This is as close as it gets to being a real thing, without having to pay $12,000, $13,000, $15,000 for the real thing.
Yep.
And have to keep the maintenance up for it.
So the true question is, Matt, are you finally going to upgrade?
Oh, the ALP? No.
No.
Yeah, because I mean, like you said earlier, you think authenticity is cool, but it's not necessary.
No.
You got your multi-cades behind you. You're happy with those.
He's multi-cane Matt for a reason.
Multi-cane Matt, you are too. Who you truly say you are.
I am intrigued.
I still want to figure out what IP would come out that would make Matt go, you know what, I gotta have this, and he's gonna go to Monica, and Monica's gonna be like, yeah, go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
You know, I want to know what IP is gonna be that's gonna make him like bite the bullet and get the 4K.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the 4K ALU, not the ALP.
Yeah, I know that you're more interested in that than you are in the pinball right now.
Yeah, yeah. So you have all the entire package, everything's dressed in, no cables, and then I have the chance to have the 4-player deck, because the 1.0 can't have the 4-player deck.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it'll never happen. But could you imagine if Zen and Stern worked together to make digital versions of their tables?
Would be awesome. Would be awesome.
And At Games was like, oh, how about Godzilla Premium?
Yeah, that'd be
or
insane.
Stranger Things or Venom.
Stock Jock wants you to say Robotron on 1.0.
Yeah, I'll say Robotron, then Stock Jock can come to my house.
Yeah. But I mean, Thor said Tron Legacy. If they came out with the Tron Legacy skin, he'd magically find a way. So, My Little Pony. Didn't we play that in Cleveland somewhere? I want to say we did.
It's on pinball.
Venom.
Toxin just shows up.
Oh, Toxin. Yeah, there's
Venom.
Ricky. That's awesome.
I love you, Ricky.
He's like,
did someone? He came out of nowhere.
Toxin.
Oh man, Indiana Jones. There's a
would
lot
never
of IPs that they could have. They still could come out with what? We only 5 in, and they said 15, right? They said like 15.
15, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But they did say the time frame. They could say 15 over 5 years. You never know.
Yeah.
So,
but the way they're going now, they're spending them out pretty quick.
For the poll, when everybody says, that whatever that was, 88% said no, I'm not pre-ordering that.
Mm-hmm.
You're still waiting, aren't you? You are still waiting for the other 12 or 11 to drop.
If Tron came out, I would have to consider that one. If Back to the Future came out, oh man, there's so many IPs that they could pull from.
No, they're saying pre-order. Now, would you buy it if they had it? I mean, besides the pre-order, because some people are just against pre-order, like me. I'm not gonna pre-order anything as far as these things. But if it was just available to buy and you had a choice, I mean, I think that's kind of what everybody's waiting for. Let's at least get 5 or 10 out there and have a choice of which ones we want.
Yeah.
Because now they give us FOMO that we're going to be missing out on something we're really waiting for, or that this is going to be a deal and we're going to get a real good deal on it right now. So they're kind of doing FOMO in two different ways. They're kind of like pulling people back and forth, like the people, and they for a while they weren't giving refunds and letting people transfer the $200 to a new, because some people wanted the Peanuts one after that one came out, and then Star Trek that was Next Generation. I guaranteed everybody would have wanted that. Yeah. And now the people who bought Addams Family are probably looking at Attack from Mars, and they're like, "Now I want that." So I think that's what they're going. Yeah, go ahead.
That's officially happening. Go to At Games Reddit, and when Attack from Mars got announced, a lot of people were like, I want to cancel my Addams Family and get this.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, and it's not just that specifically. I mean, they are also doing that for Peanuts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I want to cancel because I want to see what's coming next. Like, I shouldn't have pre-ordered so early. I should have waited.
Yeah.
I'm really curious as to what their thought process, why their reasoning for why they're doing it the way that they're doing it, rather than just saying, okay, we're gonna make this many cabs. You can go on and order it online, do your pre-order, select from the drop down menu which skin you want us to sticker on the side of it, and be done with it, and here's the list.
I think Jim B's saying it here for you. Peanuts, Star Trek, and the Attack from Mars are really their collector's edition. The ones that are kind of special. The Dino Dynasty and Addams Family are just kind of their standard thing. And we're not really correlating that right now because we really don't see both of them face to face together now.
But they're treating Dino Dynasty, I'm sorry, the same way as all the other ones. They're not really distinguishing that this is going to be available all the time, and then the other ones are just collectors. They're just kind of throwing them all out there, and then after the fact, but nobody's really, that's not registering for people that these are because nothing has come out yet. None of these have come out yet. I don't think we've understand that none of them have come out.
Yeah.
So if you look at their website, it actually has Dino Dynasty and the Addams Family as, in parentheses, standard editions.
Yeah.
And then the other three, they have collector founders edition. What are they calling it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something weird.
Something
so
like
think
that.
about
CFE.
I mean, think about how much money that they've made off cancellations because people said, I want Addams Family, and now they're
just maybe that's their goal is just to get a free $200.
Don't bite the bullet till it's time to bite the bullet. But the thing is, like, so they got 12 more to announce, right? Collector's editions.
Yeah.
If you look, all these are going to ship by March 31st.
All of them?
That's what it says. Like, so far, the five that they put on there, all of them say will ship by March 31st.
Really?
So if they keep it that way, and they still got 12 more to announce, could you imagine the big one that everybody's going to want to buy? If they kept it March 31st,
somebody give them $1,000 already, and they got a machine.
And they announce it in February. They're like, "Oh, you only have a month to pay the $1,200 down to get this."
So, wasn't Addams Family supposed to be out before Christmas?
Yes.
Wave 1, they did say some of them were supposed to be out by December 31st.
Has anybody got one?
No, just Wagner's, right? Because
that wasn't even a real one.
Their test.
No,
So that's kind of why I'm against this pre-order business that they're doing right now, because it's just a bunch of FOMO. And I asked my wife if we should get one. She goes, "Talk to me in March." And he goes,
"Smart lady."
Yeah. I go, "Okay, so we can afford it in March. I'll buy it in March." See, because in March we're gonna know if you're right.
Everything.
If we know everything,
you should know which one you want at that point, and you're not going to waste that $200.
Yeah, and Eggers making all these $200 of everybody hopping around. So,
I mean, it's a good way for them to gauge interest on. Okay, this is the one I want, or
what's the reasoning behind not letting people swap their $200 and it's non-refundable? There's no reasoning behind that.
It really ain't, but
because they're still getting your money.
Yeah.
They can say you can move it, but you're not refundable. Maybe you can move it.
I'm sure you can call customer service and move it around. Maybe somebody in the chat has already tried to figure that out, or maybe
I'd like
they've
to know
already done that. But
somebody can ask like Wagner or Michael B. Because maybe they know.
Head shake nailed it right. Greed.
Yeah,
that's why.
Greed is the reason.
But imagine that 15th table that they announce. It's like the biggest thing. They announced it in February, and they're like, "We'll ship it in March."
Yeah,
you got 1 month to pay that $1,200 off. You can't.
Yeah.
There is no 3-4 month planning period or waiting period to pay this off. You got to pay this off in like a week, buddy.
Yeah.
It's like
I think if you want one of these, you're probably be better off, saving your money right now.
Yeah.
And waiting for that title of which one you want to come out, So
I thought it was Star Trek for me, and clearly it wasn't. So hopefully we will see what other IPs they bring out.
If I was to pick one today, it would be Peanuts.
That last IP that they announced is going to be the deciding factor for a ton of people of, I got to get that one, And I wasn't planning on getting one of these tables, but now I am because it's blank table, Or I don't think that's going to be it.
Foo Fighters
table like the Who, or
they put out Foo Fighter.
Foo Fighter, or
let's say
another
science
fiction.
Stranger Things, yeah.
I guarantee
Doctor
there's gonna be a South Park one.
I mean, there's tons of other IPs they could grab that we just don't know about.
I think there's going to be a Walking Dead one.
It's possible, I guess, because I just realized like a scenario in my own head. Like right now, I'm fairly certain I'm not getting one of these tables. I'm not pre-ordering, but if come March they announced a TMNT table out of nowhere, and it was like a brand new table from Zen and stuff like that, and Turtles, like
I think Transformers would be mine.
Scrounging to figure out where I was going to come up with $1,000.
He-Man. I don't know if I would go He-Man.
I go Transformers.
That's an interesting IP.
So don't they have the license to Microsoft too now, though? So they haven't even touched anything from Microsoft. They had that whole IP. So they're supposed to be making a Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct, and what was the other one?
People are forgetting that.
Battletoads, yeah,
people are forgetting that. They are going to make specific tables from Rare and Microsoft. So
are those considered the collectors?
It could be,
but that's not Zen though.
But if they had the IP that they could work with, they could work with Zen to make those tables.
I think Zen will be making those though.
Are you sure? Because they got the contract themselves.
Does At Games make their own pinball tables?
They did. They made they made the Dr. Seuss and stuff.
Oh,
they licensed that. They licensed that out.
So
I don't know who did those. So are those considered? That's not part of that Zen license.
No, it's the Pixel. What is it? Magic Pixel? When you boot them up?
Magic Pixel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So those are coming too.
I have no idea, man. We'll know when we see it. But out of all the tables that Zen has made, I mean, you can imagine a Indiana Jones, Kong vs. Godzilla, AVP, Jurassic Park, Jaws, Back to the Future, Aliens, South Park.
Yeah,
I would like the Star Wars ones. like even if it was like a combination of all the Star Wars ones.
They could do a Marvel table and a Star Wars table.
Yeah.
That's insanity to think about what they could actually do with all of them.
Okay.
Because of what Zen's got, I mean, they could. I wouldn't mind Dagon's South Park table. Be like Cool Toy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He has all the.
What else could they work with? Could they work with more Warner Brothers? Any of those IPs as well?
I mean, I don't see why not. If Zen has some kind of partnership with any of these companies, it's a possibility they can grab the artwork.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, inside the game is the artwork. So why wouldn't they be able to put the real artwork on the real table on the outside of it?
Yeah.
If it's in the game. Sorry, I was the EA Sports.
Yeah. It's in the game.
It's in the game.
My goodness. All right.
I think
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just like, I think we hit a nerve on everybody that everybody's just going and going and going. This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this part is exciting. I mean, this is a good topic to end the show on and everything because now we got 36 people in here right now. This is where everybody's at. Everybody's like, what is going on with At Games? And what is the possibilities of everything that could be coming out? So the sky's really the limit. And the excitement is building.
Yeah, I feel like though if they would just announce a table and sell it like Arcade 1-Up does their stuff, and not feel like we're going to be missing out on another table that we might really, really want, because they've already told us there's 15 of these. So, and they haven't given us real time frame on when these are coming out, and they've been coming out so quickly. I think that's kind of defeating some of it. So, I mean, if we knew there was a machine out there right now that we could buy, I think it would sell out.
Yeah,
they would sell their 5,000 and then sell the next one. But now they're doing them all at the same time, and they're competing with each other. So
almost cannibalizing themselves.
Yeah. And they're the only one in the game.
Yeah.
How do you do that? I mean, they found a really unique way of cannibalizing themselves.
Imagine all the reviews from YouTubers. Like Michael B will do a review on the Attack from Mars 4KP. P-Dubs will do a review on the Addams Family 4KP. Console Kits will do a review on the Peanuts, 4KP.
And it feels like the Addams Family is so old now, and it hasn't even come out.
Yeah. Oh, it's forgotten about.
Yeah.
It's like, who cares now?
We moved on.
Yeah, we were hoping to see the Addams Family when we went to Cleveland. Like, that's how long it's been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah.
When was that? In August?
Let's see. September, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, September. It's almost half a year away.
Limp Bizkit 4K.
I'd entertain that one.
Oh boy.
I would cut my hair for that.
Cut your hair for Limp Bizkit?
Yeah, I would Fred Durst myself. Easy.
I cut mine. I'm gone. Woo.
All right, gentlemen, we have been talking for over 2 hours.
Wow, we did it.
Yeah.
And Joel's with us still.
Yeah.
I think he's zoning out.
You all right, brother? We need to get you an IV.
I'll have one tomorrow.
Really?
Well, guys, it's been an awesome show. Thank y'all for watching us tonight. I appreciate all of you. If you haven't subbed to our channel or any of the guys on this panel's channel, Chaotic, Multicade Matt, G.I. Joel, Jay, make sure you hit that like and subscribe for all of us. Check out G.I. Joel's website, and we'll pull that up real quick. Check out his website for his countercade stands. Get those orders in. So he will be busy throughout the first of the year, right? Yeah, there you go. Model them. There you go. Yeah.
I'm telling you got to sell that coin thing.
No.
Yeah, just that.
Just that.
So next week is our Christmas special, and it'll be our last show for 2023 because we are going to take the week after off and then jump into 2024 running. So we're looking forward.
I'll miss
to
you guys.
Are you going to be with us next week, Jay? Or are you going to?
Yeah, I'll be here.
You be out? Okay.
I'll be off of vacation, so I have
next
perfectly
week. We'll
timed.
be talking about everything Christmas. Our favorite.
Jay, do you have somebody that's going to be checking in on your arcade while you're gone on vacation?
Yeah, I got my nephews coming over. Yeah,
okay.
I got my nephews coming over.
If you need
and
somebody to come and water plants close to the arcade, then I'm sure.
Wanted to make sure it was going to be taken care of and not be neglected or anything.
No, me and Chaotic, we got to play some more NFL Blitz.
Yeah, again, join our Discord, man, because we're gonna try to do some gaming stuff together.
Yeah, man,
and play some games together. Maybe even have some tournaments and stuff, man. So
yeah, and
so next week our Christmas special. Hopefully, we'll have some cool stuff going on. We'll talk about everything Christmas that we can think about and wrap up the year before we get into 2024. Any final thoughts before I hit these nice people down the road?
You're gonna hit them?
I'm gonna hit them. I'm gonna literally hit them.
You need him to come back.
My Magneto helmet on, and I'm gonna send him down the road.
Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and then dodge Todd's hit.
Exactly.
Dodge my hit because it's gonna be hitting. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Anybody else? Anybody? We love you. We appreciate you. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your week, and we will see y'all next week. Later.
See you guys.